Philadelphia. All right, I'm just going to get it out of the way up front. Buccaneers 27, Eagles 24. Here's how I can be wrong. I don't have the giggles anymore. I've watched too much Eagles tape, and Kevin fucking Potato, as we affectionately call him in the Discord, and thank you to Taboo, I think Sammers, who both made that very popular. I am not calling him by his proper last name. Stop it. And if you are one of those people that are telling me, give Kevin Potato some time here because he's never called an offense before, that was not what was sold to us. We do not have time for Kevin Potato to catch up to Jalen Hurts and whatever is going on. I would rather argue with Nick Sirianni for the rest of the season if I'm Jalen Hurts, and that is all I want to argue with. You took away again. We had Kellen Moore for 1 second, and the whole comparison on we gave Kellen Moore time, all right? We gave Kellen Moore time to develop his offense. No, you knew it was his offense right away. You saw it. And I don't even have to look up at the numbers right now to tell you that the Eagles are once again horrible against the blitz, because they have no answers. And when they do have answers in flats or checkdowns, people are running out of them slow as shit. Sorry, Dallas. I know you caught the touchdown, but man, dude, there were some times in there. Saquon, too. Kevin Potato is running Nick Sirianni's offense again. So he can take a back seat today, because if they play the same way, with the same type of game plan and the same stupid answers that we heard from Kevin Potato about, we didn't expect the Rams to be in that defense. They were an inverted fucking cover too. The moment you knew that, you should have been going to Dallas. Got it! There has been a large narrative. I'm cutting myself off because I don't want to lose my voice too early. There has been a large narrative that Jalen Hurts does not like to throw the football, or he's allergic to the middle of the field. And every time that question or criticism is answered from a game, from an offseason, to wherever, we come right back to here. His coaches are fucking him over. His coaches do not believe that he is Drew Brees, and fuck you too, Drew. A boring offense does not win championships. A boring offense did not win that Super Bowl. They were boat raced. They were ready for it. And this is why I'm pissed at Nick Sirianni, the CEO this time. You're the CEO, and you are micromanaging the wrong things. You have to know to pull out your right tackle and Matt Pryor way earlier. Way before Jalen Hurts is screaming at you on the sideline. And Nick, I'm telling you the same thing that I yelled at AJ and Jalen and everybody else on that team when we were frustrated. Wow, looks like about the same fucking time 1 year ago that it was Saquon's team then, and this is Jalen Hurts' team now. I don't understand this. Do you? Do you understand why no one trusts Jalen Hurts to just go out there and do his thing? He is either Tom Brady or he's not. He can check into things that are positive for this offense or not. And it looks to me that every time that he has had to do that and turn the switch on, it looks like him. They turn on tempo, no one thinks anymore, and they throw the ball to A.J. Brown. It's not complicated. The offensive room that puts the game plans together makes it overcomplicated. We have seen it too many times. I don't think Kevin Potato is Brian Johnson. This is just Nick Sirianni over and over again. Great teacher, great learner, great leading up to the game planner. During the game, can't do it. Overmanages the game. He overmanages it. Then everyone reminds him not to. Then everyone plays freely again. And then this team is kicking ass and taking names. And I hope that is what happens against Todd Bowles, this team, Baker Mayfield, and everything else. Baker Mayfield's name is next to Jalen Hurts' name, and I fucking hate it. We know it's not true, and yet 1-4. 1-4. It doesn't even matter if it's Baker Mayfield to me. You lost to Ryan fucking Fitzpatrick. This organization hates playing down there at this time of the year. It's just super stupid bad. And if I am wrong, and this team is 4-0, you can forget about every little bit of criticism long-term that I have about this team. I'm going to still be here bitching about this type of stuff. But if they come out of this a winner or even destroy these guys, they're going back to the Super Bowl. I do not need to see anything else. I do not have to question the hunger of this team one bit. That should have been decided last week for sure. But you have another one of these 61-yard miracle block kick from, touchdown to. That's not luck. None of this stuff is luck, which is what I wanted to tell you on Monday. But unfortunately, I couldn't stop hysterically laughing that entire time. So that's basically all I have this week. And I had such a great time walking down to my local Giant, because son of a bitch, Jim, who is a listener of the show, and I believe now a member of the Discord, in aisle 6, my favorite aisle, because that's where they keep the Herr chips, just goes, "What's going on, Philadelphia?" And I go to Giants very early in the morning, like 6 a.m., because I'm a sicko and I'm a dad. And that's when his shift starts there, too, on his delivery runs. So, of course, I gave him a I'd rather be watching the Birds hat. He gave me a Herr's hat, and we talked birds for a little bit. I want to do this with you wherever you work, wherever you're hanging out, and I'm trying to scheme up a way where I can literally get you out of work. So you let me know how I can do that. Here's me and Jim with some great Eagles thoughts from last week, what we think of the Nolan Smith injury, and he doubles down on me with this is Jalen Hurts' offense.
I happened to catch you in the store. I knew who you were, just, came up, introduced myself, just like, how you introduced the show. And, yeah, man, and that's kind of where we're at right
That's what
now,
I just told them. I was like, Jim just yelled out what's going on in Philadelphia. Next thing you know, I was like, we're showing up at Giant. We're going to do a podcast. So.
Yeah, this is awesome, man. Yeah.
By the way, favorite Herr snack, just out of curiosity. I know.
My personal favorite is the Herr sour cream and onion. It's been a favorite of mine. My grandparents had it at their house all the time growing up as a kid, and it's my all-time favorite.
It's a staple. It's a staple in my house, too.
Yeah.
If you don't have sour cream and onion Herr's chips, you're an asshole. That's what I'm saying.
It's an amazing trip. Yeah. My other second favorite, my wife's actually favorite, is the Herr's lattice cut. It's a great dipping chip. It's an amazing chip. So.
Especially with the, what is that? The hell of a good dip.
Awesome.
That's the one to do.
Good, yeah.
So I can't get off of this Rams high. I don't even really care about the Bucs game. Is that odd?
No, the Rams, that was an amazing. I was actually watching the game with both my sons, Madden and Paxton. Both of them are actually getting to be huge Birds fans. They're 13 and 15 years old. And we're watching the game, and I said, here, watch. This is what's going to happen. At the end of the game, I said, they got one more timeout left. Paxton's sort of on the couch. And I said, they're going to ice the kicker. I said, just watch. And sure enough, they block it. And I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, my God. And my Madden comes in from the kitchen. He's like, what? And I'm like, oh, my God. I just couldn't stop saying, oh my God. I'm like, all they need to do was just block it. But he returned it for a touchdown. And fucking amazing. Just absolutely amazing. So,
I just keep replaying Jordan Davis in my head pretty much all week. It's how it's going here. And I know that there's Nolan Smith's hurt this week. We got
a ton of injuries on defense, on the defensive side of the ball. But honest to God, I think they overcome it because we've got one person who they don't have, who neither team, we're the only team that's got him, Jalen Hurts. And I think he's the X factor.
Yeah, and that's where, so I wanted to get into that this week because just like we had seen that Saquon, it was his team last year, no one questioned, just hand the ball off to him. At this point in time, I'm just confused on why Nick Sirianni or whatever offensive coordinator comes in here doesn't exactly trust Jalen Hurts because that's what it seems like to me. It's not a Jalen problem.
No, it's almost like they're just like passers. They're just, you've got offensive weapons. You've got Devontae Smith. You've got A.J. Brown, one of the greatest receivers in the game. And what happens when it comes to second half? You just feed the guy the ball. Just feed him. And what does he do? And that's what I think they're going to wind up having to do down in Tampa Bay. I mean, they're talking 100-plus degree weather. They got down there a day early, I understand. I know Baker Mayfield's like, well, that's not going to matter. Well, guess what? These are the Philadelphia Eagles. These aren't the same Eagles you've been playing the last couple of years in the playoffs or whatever. I just think the Birds go down there and they show everybody, like you were talking in previous podcasts, you're just tired of hearing about the tush push. Last week, we barely even heard about it. They're the only team, in the NFL that has scored every single time they've been in the red zone. It's just, they're unstoppable in the red zone. Tush push or not. They've got the weapons. Dallas Goedert's back, They don't need to rely on the tush push.
I feel as though Adam Schefter, especially this year, can't wait to retweet or announce something, especially when it comes to the controversy of that play. Yeah. So I thought they were actually going to lean further and further away from it, not knowing that, hey, this is going to get banned anyway. But now that you've kind of seen Jalen, this is twice he's done this now. I mean, the Kangol routine with the big chain last year is that what you wanted to see? Now we're doing it again, and I think this is one of the reasons the NFL and all the media just don't think of Jalen Hurts as a fantastic passer along with his game management skills and all that stuff. I'm ready for him to do it too. And this is Jalen's offense from now on. So I just, I'm ready for that. And I hate to say this, let's just put Saquon on ice for a couple of weeks.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and you were just talking about Jalen Hurts too. You look at him last year, the previous couple of years, this year, he looks so much more comfortable behind the microphone. He's not giving you short answers. He's not giving you 1-2 word answers. This guy is giving you stuff. And I mean, you become silent when he starts talking because you just want to hear what he's got to say. And the guy is a leader. Everywhere he's going, he's a leader. And this year, even after winning the Super Bowl, the guy didn't put the ring on. Big deal. The guy's a leader. And he proves that every single week. Last week, that's exactly what he proved. Second half, he was like, I don't know what he did, called audibles, whatever it was, but the guy's a leader. And I think this week we're going to see it down in Tampa Bay. They're talking all heat now.
Do you actually believe Kevin Petula was calling the plays in the second half?
That's what I know you were mentioning down the podcast. And exactly, with the laugh. It was just like, I think maybe he is. I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he is our OC. But if he's calling the plays, maybe Jalen's seeing something out there that he doesn't like. He's wearing the band. He's probably like, you know what, I don't like what I'm seeing, so... And maybe he's switching up and seeing something that he likes.
Maybe everybody's right. Like, I need to give him more time. We need to chill. This is all new and stuff. But one guy's been here 5 years. One guy's been an OC for one. Both coaches need to understand that this is Jalen's team, and there's a lot of ego that's still involved here. That's why that 2023 waft still comes through here every now and again.
Yeah,
so
it's going to take some time for these guys to gel together. But I think, we're only looking at, third game of the season. We still got plenty of time left. And I think these guys talking to each other, Tua's going to have some stuff he wants implemented, and Hurts is going to give him his input. And I think these guys work together. I find it really hard-pressed looking at the rest of their schedule. I mean, I don't want to be one of these guys that say they're going to go, but you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, I don't want to throw that there. It's like, throwing a no-hit thing out there. Until these guys prove me otherwise, sky's the limit for these guys again. I mean, I don't see these guys taking an L anytime soon right now.
No, because none of this was really luck. I was expecting the dip after a typical Super Bowl team, like something that's like, all right, and this does look rough for a preseason for that type of vision. But these guys being 3-0, the Packers opened their mouth and said that they were going to go undefeated, and whoopsie days, they lost to the Browns.
And look what happened to them. I'm not worried about it. Cooper DeJean's playing way better than what he played last year. And as far as the injuries on the defensive side of the ball, they're going to overcome that too.
Yep, and that's just part of probably both of us believing Jalen and AJ are going to continue this connection for a while. Saquon will find a spot when he finds it, and I'm unfortunately still saying $27-24 just because it's down there and it's weird down there. Yeah. What are you thinking?
This could 27-24. They bring the pickle juice with them down there, and I think you could see the Birds almost put up something like a Super Bowl score, what they did against Kansas City. I just want to see them open it up, and everybody's going to be able to sit back, relax, second half of the game, or maybe not second half. I would love to say second half of the game, but third, fourth quarter. I think by the fourth quarter, I think everybody, Birds fans, is going to be able to just sit back, actually be like, see, this is what we're talking about. These are our Birds.
I hope you're right, Jim, because being 4-0 would be perfect. I wouldn't have a complaint for the rest. I'll have a complaint for the rest of the year, but not until the wintertime, not until the Packers game, maybe after
exactly.
that. So. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate all the time, man. And
I appreciate you taking the time and coming out here and and chatting, man. I look forward to doing some more of the stuff with you.
Yeah, we should pop in every Friday. We got to have like a Hurst and Jim take every Friday to make us feel a little better. Speaking of which, I am going to buy some of those sour creams for you.
I appreciate it, John. Thanks again, as always,
Jim.
man.
Thanks for the hats too, man. This is great.
I appreciate the hat too, man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, have a great weekend. And I was just going to say, pop by any Sunday, man. We're always up there.
Absolutely.
All right.
Go Birds.
Go Birds, brother.
Jim, you're the man. I, by the way, 100% did buy those sour cream chips. I'm trying to convince Jim. Actually, Jim's trying to convince me, I should say, that he can throw on the Herr's chipper uniform and come up to Neshaminy Creek Brewing on Sundays and just hang out and have snacks and stuff. So I'm sorry. You can call me a hater, and I expect you to do so. Bucs 27, Eagles 24. And I still expect them to be 4-0, even though I said that. What a jerk I am. What an absolute hedge. What a wuss. All right, I'm sticking to it. Eagles are 3-1, but Jalen Hurts has a hell of a game, and we'll be right back here on Monday enjoying life. Thank you so much for listening, tuning in, and subscribing, and go Birds.